Today, we're going to Chumphon.
That's right. In today's video, we're going to be travelling to Chumphon, which is a province in southern Thailand, with the main purpose for this trip is to attend a wedding. And we'll take you day by day through these 3 days, showing you our experiences of not only the wedding, but many of the other things that we get up to as well. So let's dive straight in and show you how we spent 3 awesome days in Chumphon. We set off from Bangkok in the morning by minivan, and this was the 3rd trip away for our son Bruno, who was 7 months old.
Let's go.
And he's some of the other people that we travelled down to the wedding with. And it would be rude not to stop off and grab a few snacks for our journey down, and this was our driver, Juman, and his co-pilot, Pum. I try to show you our full experiences of our trips, this being no different, and after a couple of hours driving we stopped off for a bite to eat at this traditional Thai restaurant, which was just on the waterfront. We ordered a mixture of dishes to share, and you may or may not be aware that gambling's illegal in Thailand apart from their national lottery, so we were hoping that little Bruno could bring us some luck. Then it was back into the minivan to continue our journey, where we passed through a few more provinces and a mixture of weather systems, both rain and sunshine, before stopping off at a recommended place on the way down, a picturesque bay in Bang Sapan district called Bo Thong Lang Bay, which is known for its clear waters and tranquil environment. The significant point of the bay is the tiny islands in the middle of the bay, and when the tide's low, you can walk to the small islands in the middle of the bay, but unfortunately, the time we got here, the tide was high, so we couldn't, but there was still a good opportunity to take some photos, and there was also this lovely temple as well. And as we were walking around and day started to turn into night, there was some kind of festival going on. And a lot of stalls which sold a lot of the traditional kind of street food, and yeah, we didn't stay for too long, and then it was time to go to our next destination. So we jumped back in the minivan,
Nearly there.
and headed off to the hotel that we were going to be stopping at for the night, which is called the Sailom Resort in Bang Sapan. It was the perfect place to get our heads down for the night before heading off to the wedding tomorrow, and as you can see, we got here in the evening, and the staff, like most people in Thailand, were really friendly and helped us with our bags to the room. And in case you're wondering how much a room like this cost, well, at the time of this video in 2025, it cost us 1,700 baht. It had all the facilities that you needed, really. Little fridge with some water, nice ensuite as well as, yeah, good sized room. I think that was 40 metres squared, that room, as well as a good sized TV, and it had air conditioning with a nice big balcony as well. And once we'd sorted our bags out, it was time to head out for some dinner. And there's no shortages of restaurants around here. Just a few minutes drive from the hotel was this nice restaurant and bar situated on the beachfront, which had some of the freshest seafood you could eat that they kept in this tank at the front, where you could pick your own catch of the day, including crabs and fish. Then we headed down to our table on the beach through this bar, where we had a look at the menu. The menu was quite extensive and had a mixture of meat and fish dishes, and both Thai and Western dishes too. And once again, we ordered a selection of different dishes to try and share, as well as a selection of drinks, including one of my personal favourites, the good old mango smoothie. And we brought a nice bit of baby food for Bruno to eat too, and then it was back to the hotel to get a good night's sleep for another enjoyable day tomorrow.
Time for bed.
พี่ฟังอยู่ในห้องค่ะ
Night night, everybody. See you in the morning.
It was a nice early starting day too of this 3-day adventure, with the first stop being to head out for breakfast, where we met up with everybody. And I must say the breakfast was really nice here. It had a mixture of both Thai and Western style. You had the Thai style porridge with toast and sausage, eggs and omelette was the Western choice. And we still had a couple of hours to kill before setting off to our next place of abode, and we couldn't see much of the resort our location when we arrived last night with it being dark, so we headed out to check out the beach, which was just opposite the resort, which had a couple of swings that we relaxed on and took in a bit of the sea air and enjoyed some of the scenery. And that didn't take too long, so we headed back into the resort to involve Bruno in an activity. Time to go swimming. And it would have been a shame to come all this way and not experience this fantastic swimming pool. The water was just like getting into a warm bath, and it was really good practice for Bruno as well to get used to the water. Then, minivan packed, it was time to head off to our next location, which is in Chumphon. Not before stopping at one of the local Amazon cafes to get a few drinks for the journey. These are absolutely fantastic. I got the chocolate, you can see the people got the green tea. And then this is where we were staying, which is a homestay, and I'd highly recommend this if you've got like a few friends and you want to book somewhere. Definitely recommend somewhere like this. It's got big facilities that you can utilise, like a massive kitchen as you've just seen there, and there's lots of different bedrooms. They're a decent size. I mean, it did us for what we needed. I mean, it wasn't 5-star by any means. The shower was a bit small, but it got you clean, that was the main thing. And it was right on the riverbank as well, which was perfect if you like doing a spot of fishing. And there's also a chef that's available that you can hire, who will come and cook your food for you. I mean, we didn't need that option, we kind of looked after ourselves. And then for us, it was just time to get ready and
for the wedding.
Head out to the wedding, which is the wedding of a really good friend of Fang's called Apple. And it was a pleasure to be part of their big day and to be able to celebrate this joyous occasion with them. And this was the location. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't typical Thailand, blazing hot, but it was actually ideal for a wedding. And this is the young lady herself there, that's happened, who got married to Griang. And we just come to this do in the afternoon, which, as you can see, they put on a good spread. There was plenty of food for us all to enjoy, as well as drinks, and then time for some speeches, as is the case with most weddings. And Fang, who loves being on the mic, said a few words with Pung. And then the bride herself, Apple, along with her now husband, gave a nice speech, obviously in Thai, which I'm starting to understand a little bit more. And then it was a parent's turn to say a few words. And no wedding would be complete without a good DJ, or alternatively, like here, a bit of karaoke. And I'm going to have to kind of mute this section out a little bit, just in case I get copyrighted. I'm not sure whether you do get copyrighted for Thai songs, but better safe than sorry. And they weren't bad singers, to be fair. I think some of them would do alright on Thai's Got Talent. And if you were wondering, I did have a little turn myself, but I think I'll save them for the outtakes at the end of this video. Then after what seemed like quite a few hours of karaoke, it was time to go and get a few pictures taken. So we headed a stone's throw away down to the beach, where the weather was just about holding up. It did look like it was going to rain. And the professional photographer and videographer took some good shots of the bride and groom. And Apple threw her flowers, in which Pung caught and proposed to Pung by the looks of it. I think he said yes. And then it was time to head back in the minivan to go back to the homestay. Or was it? No, because as we were driving back to the homestay, we passed this market. So we decided to stop off and pick up a few bits to take back. Although I did take a pass on this fish, and you've got to love these Thai markets. You can get just about anything and everything. And we picked up a good selection of stuff, as always. I do love these sausages, and Fang said that drink was quite famous, so that's why I put that one in. And if you're wanting to come to this market, it's just near this sign of Roadside Beach. So now we'll head off back once again by the minivan. And driving back, our driver, Juman, spotted this fishing shop. And if you want to know how much a rod costs in Thailand, I'll put that price on the screen for you now. And I couldn't tell you if that's cheap or expensive, really. I don't even know how much these things cost in England, never mind Thailand. And then it was back with all our food to the homestay. And feel free to send me a message if you want any further details on this place. I know it won't be on the top of many people's lists of places to visit in Thailand. And I know just from walking around the market that they don't get many foreigners here, or Farangs as we're called. But if you are in Thailand for a while, yeah, why not? Quite a nice place to visit. And that's a good opportunity for me to plug some of the other places that we visited. Not only in Thailand, but around the world as well. So if you are watching this and this is your first time watching us on this channel, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. And as all these YouTubers do, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. Apparently this does help the algorithm, or whatever that's meant to mean. I mean, I just kind of make these videos to document where we've been and what we've done, and it was mainly for my mum and dad to watch back home to see what we've been up to. But as times went on, people have said that they do quite enjoy these videos, so I've carried on making them. And as day 2 on this trip comes to an end now, it was time for us to go and get our heads down for the night.
So yeah, I hope this karaoke doesn't go on all night. Try to get some sleep.
We're starting day 3 of this trip in Chumphon with one of my favourite things to eat for breakfast in Thailand. It's called 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐈, which is like a thin rice porridge with egg. And this was the perfect view to start off the day with. Then after washing up and once everyone had arisen, we took some group photos of everyone.
Say cheese!
And that was just in time because the rain came sweeping in shortly after this. And when it rains here, it really does pour down quite hard. You don't get much of that fine rain that soaks you through like in England. It's like someone puts a pin in the clouds and it just comes down in bucketfuls. Anyway, I do digress, and after loading all our stuff back into the minivan, it was time to head off to visit a few more places here in Chumphon before making our way back to Bangkok. And this next place, despite the weather, is called Must-See Valley Cafe, and it's definitely a must-see cafe if you're in Chumphon. It's a popular spot for both locals and tourists. You've probably seen us driving up the hill, and it's got 180-degree views overlooking the sea, and it's 50 metres above sea level. And the drinks here are absolutely fantastic. It's all fully air-conditioned, and we'll show you outside a bit now. There's some awesome seating areas when the weather's permitting, and we didn't let the weather put us off. It's got both upper and lower deck seating areas, and then something that I wasn't expecting really when we crossed over the bridge is that it's got a little deer park where you can go and feed the deer. And if you want to feed the deer, it costs 20 baht for a bag of carrots, which converts to about 50 pence in English money. And we have got an Instagram page for Phill and Fang Around the World, our channel, which I'll get round to putting all these photos on, as well as many of the photos from places we've travelled. And after stopping at that cafe, it was time to head to another well-known spot in Chumphon called Admiral Krom Luang, Chumphon Khet Udomsak. And this is both a historical and cultural site located on a hill at the north end of Sari Beach in Chumphon. And the Admiral's considered to be the father of the Royal Thai Navy. He was the 28th son of the prominent Thai king Rama V. And many people come to this place to make merit and pay respects, just as we did. In honour of the Admiral, there's a place where you can buy the incense sticks and flowers. And a little bit more information about the Admiral now. He showed an early interest and ability in nautical matters. He spent 6 years in the UK studying in the Royal Navy Academy, and upon his return to Thailand, he held a number of important positions in the Royal Thai Navy. And there's also other making merit ceremonies, if you like, that you can take part in, like the fortune-telling sticks. And yeah, what you do is you put 2 hands on the basket and shake it, and then a number will drop out, and then you correspond that number to what's written, and that gives you your fortune. I pulled out number 17, which wasn't very good, and like most things in life, you can choose to accept it or not. There's no strict rule about disregarding or keeping a bad fortune, it's often a personal choice. And with making merit, we could only hope that we had a safe journey home, which I'm pleased to say by doing this video that we did. Then it was on to another place, which was just somewhere we passed by random really, which sold just about everything you could imagine from a banana. So it would have been rude not to purchase some of these items, as well as a few other bits. They had lots of stuff here, including nuts. These nuts, absolutely fantastic. Nut crisps, they're called. And this was starting to make us feel a bit hungry. So we carried on an hour or so up the road to this place, which is a lovely little restaurant by the beach, fittingly called the Beach Restaurant. And this is located at 𝐓𝐇𝐀𝐈 Beach in the next province up from Chumphon, called 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄. I'll show you it on the map so you've got a better idea of what I'm talking about and where it exactly is. It's definitely worth stopping by if you're passing or in the area. The menu had lots of fresh seafood, and it didn't disappoint. Now belly's full, we all went for a walk down the beachfront to burn off a few calories, and you've probably guessed it by now, to take some more photos. And what I'd like to do for you now is give you a rough estimate of what it costs for these 3 days. And I say an estimate because I can't remember everything exactly to the baht, but the total, you could give or take 1,000 baht, I'd say. And this was another budget-friendly trip as we make our way back to Bangkok. And there wasn't many outtakes from this video, unlike others, so either we must be getting better or I didn't record enough. And stay tuned for lots more trips coming your way. We've got another big trip going back to the UK shortly, and a few more mini adventures from in and around Thailand. So big thank you for watching. We're always trying and hopefully improving in each video. And on that note, we shall hopefully see you on the next video.
Say good morning, everybody.
Miles and I would walk 500 more when I see your face.